If you've been trying to buy a house in Metro Detroit, maybe you know him, Jeff Duneske. He's the owner of Duneske Real Estate Advisors with over 20 years of real estate experience, over 1,000 properties sold, and joins us live on News Radio 950 this morning. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Mike.
So you're here to talk about these the housing market, but that fire out of control up north. Pretty spectacular pictures. Kind of a sad event, though.
Yes. It's this market we're in right now is, needless to say, just a market that no one has seen, not only in this country but here in Metro Detroit.
So we're still in a seller's market, but I'm seeing at least a couple of I guess experts, if you will, national experts talking about a housing bubble.
Yeah, and there's definitely been a lot of concern regarding that we're approaching a bubble. And right now, there's four key factors that's showing us that we're not going into a bubble. It's simply just a lack of supply.
Well, that's been the issue now for, I don't know, for how long?
We are, from a year ago, we've depreciated with regards to inventory here. Homes for sale in Metro Detroit, we're down almost 60% from a year ago. And from a month of supply, we're down roughly from 3 months, we're down to 1 month worth of standing inventory here, which is, again, just unprecedented that we've ever seen here in this marketplace.
All right. So if you're out shopping for a home, I know I've talked to enough people, you got to act quick. And in this market, you might have to act a little richer and spend some extra money, right?
Yeah, you're just seeing offers that are, for all intents and purposes, contingent free. You're seeing people come in with cash offers that are not contingent on getting a mortgage. You're seeing people waive home inspections. You're just seeing letting homeowners stay in the property rent-free after closing, and just to make their offer be as attractive as possible.
How do home sellers decide how to price their home, though? Because, I mean, if I'm selling, I'm thinking, gee, I might try to get even more.
I'll tell you, this market, with regards to pricing, you still have to look at historic comparable data of what's selling in your respective neighborhood. However, when you put your price out there as a listing, we're really seeing listing prices right now act as more like a reserve price in an auction. It's a starting price, but the bidding wars are just driving prices up just, again, exponentially. And we're seeing on average roughly about 3 to 3.5% above list price when sellers put their house on the market.
We're live on WWJ News Radio 950 with Jeff Duneske, and he's owner of Duneske Real Estate Advisors. Where are you out of?
We're out of downtown Northville.
Okay. Do you know what area is the hottest right now, or what area has been selling the most?
Right now, the big thing you're seeing a big move up is people want more space. With people working more from home offices, you're seeing a big move up to homes that are larger. So you're seeing, again, just a big move up into that area as well. You're seeing a little bit more moving out of more of the suburban, more of the urban areas, your downtown areas, and looking for more space, heading a little bit more out into the suburbs.
Is there any advice? I mean, if you're buying a home, should you pay these prices? Should you sit on the side? If you're selling a home, should you act now because you might get more?
Right now, again, timing is everything. And, there's been a lot of discussions of, is there going to be, again, a lot of foreclosures? There's been a lot of forbearances with regards to mortgages. And the thing is, right now, this inventory is not going to pick up anytime in the foreseeable future. If you're thinking of buying, get into the market today. You have to prepare yourself. It's going to take potentially several offers on multiple homes before you might land that accepted offer. If you're a seller, again, if you're ready to make the jump into the marketplace, you can just absolutely exceed your expectations of what you think you could get for your home.
Jeff, you mentioned two things that I also wanted to touch on. I actually didn't know that we would, but the eviction moratorium expires at the end of June, and homes that are coming on market that are foreclosures. I'm surprised by that a little bit.
Right. So, here in the U.S., there was a little over 2 million households that went into a forbearance period, which means that they were able to delay making payments on their mortgages. A big concern was once that forbearance period, that moratorium comes to an end, what happens? And right now, virtually almost every lender is working with those homeowners that went into that forbearance period, whether it's delaying the payments to the end of their mortgage, whether it's you're seeing some that are forgiving some of these delayed mortgage payments. There's the last thing that the federal government wants to do is to inherit back hundreds of thousands of properties. They're in the business to lend. They're not in it to be real estate agents, to be to be property sellers. So there's many programs that are becoming available that, again, roughly out of that 2.3 million households that went into a forbearance, almost 50% of those homeowners have either brought their payments current, they've paid off their loan, or they've figured out some payment already. So again, there's a lot of people that have already been able to find a solution with their lender, and there's may not be as many properties going into that foreclosure status that what people expect. And not to mention, with as much as the home values have been appreciating over the past year, many homeowners have now been able to gain equity into their property. So if they need to sell, they can still sell and be able to pay the real estate expenses and still be able to have a profit without having to give the home back, as what we saw back in 2006 to 2012 here in the area, where many homeowners were underwater and they had no other option other than to give back the property and to go into a foreclosure status. So this is a completely opposite market than where we were at back in that 2006 and 2012 period here in Metro Detroit.
I see that your website is kind of a picture of today's market, onedaysold.com. Jeff Duneske, Real Estate Advisors, thanks so much for your time and your insight. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, Mike.